intriguing information coming out of our conversation with Aaron Rodgers on Tuesday. Aaron talked about how it would be the dream to be a Green Bay Packer for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
But then whenever the draft happened, he had to face reality that his future is out of his control. It's what he told us, basically. And in turn, instead of a spite store, instead of Mocha Joe's competitor, he flipped it and made it a very positive thing. He said, like, it's not what happens, it's how I react to happiness, positive love, and everything like that. And that's kind of how he's been all season, by the way. It's been awesome to kind of talk to him and see. And then everybody had to well, you know, he kind of did this. Our journalism got questioned by everybody, and then he moved forward. Now, there's a chance. Old Shefty said this morning, by the way, I'm a big Shefty guy. We're big Shefty guys.
Huge. Oh, yeah.
Shefty said that maybe Aaron doesn't want out, and maybe the coaches don't want Aaron out. But he's not 100% sure that everybody in that building wants Aaron to stay.
Whoa.
Is Gunther Kuntz and Mark Murphy fucking telling everybody behind the scenes, hey, listen, we're not sold on this guy. So if you want to come and get him, go ahead and get him. We got a guy in Jordan Love ready to go. And by the way, this exact quote right here is exactly how you keep the conversation that started on Monday continuing and going because Mark Murphy came out and said, we're not idiots. Aaron's going to be our quarterback. But Shefty isn't just making things up. What we have learned from, Pelissero, the rap sheet, Shefty, Field, Jet, all the insiders we talk to, they're not just making things. Sources are telling them something. I'm very intrigued by this. If Gunther Kuntz wants to run Aaron out of town.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's Mark Murphy. A lot of people, they'll come at you and say that he doesn't believe that. And they were just, good franchises. They draft a quarterback to prepare for the future. I mean, we rehashed it all season. That's not what happened. Obviously, they thought he was declining a little bit. Otherwise, they wouldn't have invested so much in moving up to get this guy. Do you think at this point, though, with everything that's being said, the egos that are potentially in there more, do you think he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna die on the cliff with Jordan Love then, no matter what. I don't care.
You saw it with Pace, right, for a long time with Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah.
You see that type of thing, and I got a chance to experience it a little bit with Trent Richardson. We traded a 1 for him, and it was obviously not work. It was not work. For whatever reason, it was not working, but he's number 1 overall, worth 2 number 1 overalls in total. But whenever he came in, for whatever reason, it wasn't working. Whether it was team's fault, coach fault, scheme fault, Trent's fault, whoever's fault it wasn't working. And we had a team, and we continued to play him, right? Continue to start him, continue to do it. And that's either because it's the ego, this is the best player, I know it. Or maybe it's, hey, we invested a lot. Let's give him a little bit of time here to try to figure it out. I'm intrigued if you're just what are you going to do? Just sit on Jordan Love? It was the number 1 overall pick. He didn't even dress this year. Are you just going to sit on that? Are you going to say, okay, this didn't work? Or are you just, going to do what has happened in the past where egos will get in the way and ideas, and maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. They're in a position that we are not for a reason. But you can see how they could potentially think our brains are bigger than everybody else's, even though you got the MVP playing fucking quarterback right now.
Well, and that's why it never made any sense to think that Rodgers would go somewhere next year, because Jordan Love clearly isn't ready to play. They'd basically be punting on next season, and if they think they have a championship roster, you wouldn't do that. And I think I never really thought that Rodgers leaving Green Bay would be a thing until you started talking about I saw him cut Peyton Manning. When you hear something like that, it's
cut Peyton Manning.
So when he says there's no absolutes, obviously he wants to be there, I think, but you just never know what ulterior motives are going on.
And by the way, that wasn't just Peyton that got cut. I mean, a lot of my friends at the time got cut, and they were all very big name players.
Yeah.
I was getting text messages from guys telling me yo, hey man, it's been fun. Have a good one. Don't answer, by the way, if they're calling. They're cutting everybody out here. That really happened. Now, that was with the turnover of new regime, and Andrew Luck was sitting there, and it was all right, this is the time to kind of retool if we were to do so. But still, it's Peyton fucking Manning. 13 seconds was the conversation length for him to get into the Hall of Fame the other day, and he got cut. Now, there's also a injury thing there where he had just got spinal fusion or something like that. Something happened. Andrew Luck's sitting there. There's a salary, whatever. There's a lot of shit, but still, Peyton Manning got cut. I mean, that is, Jeff Saturday got cut. There was, Dallas Clark got cut. I mean, there was a lot of people that just kind of yeah, you're not welcome here anymore. See you later. And that happens that was just for the Colts, by the way. That happens in a lot of places. So whenever Aaron, very humbly, by the way, that is an incredibly humbling thought for him to be having, especially after the year that you just had. Like, yeah, who knows what's going to happen? Instead of getting attacked for it, it's like, yo, that's potential real life, though.
Well, and especially like an upcoming offseason like this where there's so much uncertainty and you have no idea where the cap's going to be at. A bunch of teams are going to be over it. You really, again, don't know what people are going to do. Again, I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think he really thinks he's going anywhere. But, I mean, anything's possible.
Anything is possible, too. Where's Chad Henne going? Does anybody know his contract is up?